Yo, welcome back to another episode podcast. I know if you're asking, say, Milo, main question: what happened to you? You told us you'll be working on a video until not happened. Yeah, I'm sorry. Two, what happened to your face? I will get to that in a second. And three, I like your new haircut. Thank you. That people like my new haircut. Okay, so before we get into any other stuff, one, you're all concerned about my mental health, my safety, not my haircut. Well, kind of, but on my mental health, and you're concerned about my thing. So one, what happens to your face? What happens to your arm? What happens to your knee? What happens to your shoulder? And your hands. Well, I was working out this morning, and then basically I'm dressed to all of it before I actually get started with that what we're actually going to do. So I was working out, yada yada, and then like I was going like 5.2 speed running, like 3 minutes, like almost 4 minutes. I was on that, and then pushed me off, and then that's where I fell. That's where I got banged up, whatever. So. And asking if you're okay. Yeah, my girlfriend checks on me today. Seem okay, good, yeah. So I'm doing fine, honestly. Second, you're asking what happened to you? Why not post? Well, it's like 2 weeks, so I'm going prom. That's a whole nother episode of that. But that's a whole nother thing. But that's besides what we are going to do, actually. I'm changing up a bit. If you don't know a country artist, Maddox Batson, well, basically, I don't know who the fuck you are. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what today's episode is about, honestly. So, that's what today's reaction is about. So let's get started. Whatever.
Yeah, but you're only 15, so like, what's your biggest inspiration when it comes to writing lyrics?
What do you think? If you had your best guess, 15 years old,
Girls.
Okay.
money. There you go. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not playing.
Wow. So we're doing this.
Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's it. And we welcome to the studio, country pop superstar, human being that is taking over the world, TikTok, and beyond.
Yes, sir.
Maddox Batson.
What's going on, everybody? I'm excited to be here. Really excited. I'm in here with two goats, so it's gonna be lit. So let's kick it.
Real does recognize real, and you are. I have a bunch of questions, but like you've been on quite the trajectory, and the cuts you've had, the songs you're making,
yes, sir.
The way you communicate with your fans, all of it is, it's really, really special.
Thank you so much.
But you're talking about your scoliosis. Do you have scoliosis? Or
No,
just bad
I
posture?
do not have scoliosis. I just have terrible posture. I have really long legs. That's what makes me tall. But dude, the other day we're filming a music video for one of my songs, and I'm in a truck and I'm driving, and dude, they literally had to put me on a booster seat because the girl next to me was taller than me, and I was like significantly taller than her. It was just my posture is so bad. They put me on a booster seat. It was so embarrassing, and it was the most humbling experience of my life. But you know, you live and you learn. I'm starting to learn how to really just sit up straight. I guess. Yeah.
What is the hardest part though about being a country music artist at the age of 15?
Yeah, I mean, being so young, I feel like that's one of the main just struggles overall, because I say this a lot. I think I know everything, but I don't. So like just being so young and naive and trying to like get the right people around you and keeping that kind of stuff and just I say this a lot, but like believe in keeping the same morals that I had before I even started any of this, and trying to keep all of those through everything is it's a struggle. And but I have good people around me, and that's made that like a million times easier.
It is interesting because two things, right? Like it is hard to stay grounded while you're on this journey, but the reality is like you're doing the right thing by keeping the same people around you and keeping family around you, and that's like nobody's gonna shoot you straight like your family.
Exactly.
But I do gotta say, in the room, like even to get the official like track listing on your EP, everybody deferred to you.
Yeah. I mean, I like when I'm deciding on my music and all that kind of stuff. I like to be very like vocal and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't in the beginning, but like they're like, Maddox, we really want, like, at the end of the day, you're like the boss, quote unquote. So when we ask you about the music, we really want you to be vocal about it. And I'm like, I guess you're right. So I mean, I've definitely learned to be more like, this is what I want, that type of thing. So that took a lot of like, because I'm a people pleaser, so I never want to be like just telling people what to do or telling what I like truly think. Sometimes I just do it to make other people happy, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's pros and cons. But I'm definitely learning, 100%.
Everything is learning. Life is learning.
I mean, y'all are still learning things. He's still learning things. I'm still learning things. Y'all are still learning things.
It's boring if you're not learning.
Exactly. If you know everything, then if you think you know everything, so you don't. But if you think you know everything, I mean, just how do you live like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, dude, if you're the smartest person in the room, it's not the room you want to be in.
Exactly.
But the other thing too is like, it is interesting trying to make your case at 15 because like I had to do it. Like this show's been around for 18 years, and when I first started like actually working around grown adults like in an everyday environment, it was when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah, like,
100%.
The reality is like you even if you know it, they're not. People are going to trust their years.
Yeah, a lot
of
people don't take you as serious as they should, and it that's kind of tough at sometimes, but you also, I mean, yes, I am 15, and but it is tough sometimes when you're in a room and you definitely know something, but you're talking to people and they don't, they're just like, they're not really hearing you because you're 15, you're young, they don't think you know anything, but I promise we're smarter than you think, especially us kids now who grow up like on social media and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how much of a factor that is for a lot of people, but for me, I know for a fact that taught me a lot more about stuff, 100%. Just seeing social media and how people navigate that, it's just like, it's crazy. So yeah, we definitely know more than people think and give us credit for, 100%.
Yes, you're a consumer, but you're also you're a very legitimate creator, and a creator that like turned to TikTok only because of something with your knees.
Yeah,
right. Like,
exactly.
Music wasn't going to be where you ended up.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up, or I started playing piano when I was about 7 years old. That was my first instrument. My dad grew up playing in church and all that kind of stuff. Grew up playing in his like family band, like bluegrass music, and I always had a respect for bluegrass music. Not really my thing, not really my favorite, but I started on piano, played that I took lessons on piano for about 6 years, right? I got pretty good at that, and then I started playing guitar and all that kind of stuff, but it was never really like my thing. I never really like just naturally gravitated towards it. And my dad was like, trust me, Maddox, just keep practicing. The girls will love it. And I was like, I wasn't hearing him. I was like, nah, bro, they're gonna love basketball even more, But yeah, I got this knee disease in my right knee. It's called Osgood-Schlatter's disease. And we went to a specialist, and he said it's like the worst case he's ever seen. And I'm like, of course it is, right? And basketball and baseball were like my life. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to just what I wanted to do overall. It was my life. And when I saw that, it just crushed me. And I had nothing to do for like an entire summer. No, like nothing. I'm usually playing travel baseball, travel basketball, all the above, right? Nothing to do. So me and my dad started going live on TikTok. My mom told us to. Like all credit goes back to my mom because she was the one who made the account, made everything. And she was like, guys, just go live on TikTok, see what happens. And it kind of from there, it kind of snowballed into all kinds of other stuff. I started posting consistently. And I feel like what a lot of people get wrong about like the artistry on TikTok is you just have to post artist stuff. Like you can't like mix a little bit of a personality too. A good influence for me for this is Alex Warren. I don't know if you guys. He's perfect at it. He's got he's a crazy good artist. He has 25 million monthly listeners, but he still implements that good bit of personality on his social media. So
and he started as an influencer, right?
He
cultivated that community, understood the communication style.
Exactly.
But you do the same thing. And by the way, your Get Readies with me with your dad are incredibly popular.
No, that's that's what I was about to say. I implemented that little bit of personality because I knew I had a little bit of one, and I feel like you have to do that so people stay around and like there's more depth almost. You know what I'm saying? So I posted the Get Ready With Me. My dad was originally not a fan of that. He was like, I don't think so, man. Stick to music. And I'm like, bro, trust me with this, bro. It'll do great. And I posted it. It had like 8 million views. It was a really good video. Worked out really well, and we just kept rolling with that. And it was just, you know, and then you keep like a good 50-50, a good mix between both of the artistry and like the just like connection with your fans. I like to like stay connected with my fans like they're almost like in the room with me. Like they're really just like my friends. I feel like I like doing that with my fans.
Well, I also feel like that's who you are as a human being.
Yeah, exactly.
But the truth is, like, they all work together for each other, right? Like, you build relationships with fans and human beings over TikTok, and that relationship continues in music. And the music you're making is personal. And
yes, sir, 100%.
It does, like, dude, it's a universe. It's your world. It very much is the life you live, and it is all connected.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you remember the moment, though, that you realized you could sing? Because like just because you could play, doesn't mean you could sing.
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly been singing my entire life. Like my entire life, just growing up in church with my family, I've been singing just like any opportunity I could. Like there's a video of me, I'm like 2 years old, and I'm standing on top of my coffee table singing "Baby" by Justin Bieber. And it's such a banger. I have a sister who's 12 years older than me, so she grew up in like Justin Bieber, One Direction, like that type of time, and she kind of passed that on down to me. And then my parents were like the old country title, like that type of thing, passed that on down to me, and I took bits and pieces from everything. And but yeah, I mean, I've been singing my entire life. I don't remember like an exact moment where I was like, oh crap, I can sing, but I do remember when I really started taking it seriously. Like I should like start practicing singing or start trying to get better at singing and not just like just using. I mean, it was right when me and my dad started playing, right? And I posted one of my first videos. It was a cover of Zach Bryan's Dawns, and it did really, really, really well. And I posted it, and it got like 1 million views. It was nothing like crazy, but it got like 1 million views, and I was just like freaking out, right? And I was like, man, really, maybe I should really start just like focusing on this and stuff like that. And after that, I mean, just starting like getting vocal. Like, man, I'm getting all kinds of text messages.
Mr. Popular over here.
I'm popular, but I need to turn off my noties. But do not disturb. But yeah, it was just like that, and just that's when I started taking it seriously. It was when I found out that people actually liked it. You know,
it was that instant feedback and reaction
100%.
that would lead you to signing to Zach Bryan's label.
Off. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy how that works? But that's what I feed off of my entire life, from playing basketball to musical theater to like anything. Just like seeing the feedback, the instant gratification, and like looking and seeing them like applaud me or like cheer for me, bro. That like I'm like, that's why I love performing so much, because I just love seeing the fans enjoy it. It's just like, it's the best. I love it. It's just like my favorite thing to do. But just like seeing them enjoy what I'm putting on, I'm like, oh crap, maybe I should, really start locking in and do even better, so they clap even louder, But yeah, it's I've always fed off 100% anything I do.
I gotta say, I forget who it was, but we've had another musician on our show that had the same knee disease.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was also an athlete.
Wow.
And he couldn't do it any longer.
Yeah.
And then turned to music.
Yeah.
There's more previous athletes than you think who become musicians.
100%.
Because there is a unique overlap of at least this consistency and this like competitive nature, but also like it's a repetitive thing.
Yep.
Like it is a muscle that you're working on to get better and better.
Exactly.
And you will reach a flow state if you're doing it really well.
Yeah, exactly.
That is like, that's like the pinnacle. And I don't know if you reach that in a sport, because like I know college athletes who are really good, they can reach that. And you get what I'm talking about, like this subconscious, like you just kind of do it and you don't think about it.
Exactly. I was that way with basketball. Basketball was like the sport. I've always loved basketball. 5 years old was when I started playing, and I hate tooting my. I was very decent. I was good at basketball. I was good at basketball.
You're about to say you were fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, I was okay at basketball. I averaged around like 35 points a game for like 2 years straight. So I was okay.
That's more than okay.
Yeah, and
That's
that's why it crushed me so bad that I couldn't play anymore, because like I was actually all right.
Is your sister the one who tells you should dance?
My sister?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I'm not a dancer.
Are you sure? Because you do pretty well.
Sure. I mean, dude, it's not me. It's my daggum dance teacher. His name's Alaman. Man, I was so scared. I've never danced before in my life, so like trying to dance and like doing all this kind of stuff was like a really, really scary just like moment, and I didn't really know what to do. But my boy Alaman, bro, he slowed it down for me. He made me feel so comfortable, and I give all credit back to him for making me look halfway decent. Like big thanks to Alaman. He's a goat for sure.
Why dancing, right?
Yeah, like why did you feel like you needed to dance?
I mean, it was like a good mix between me feeling like it and my label. It was just like, and like just like my media team and all that kind of stuff. They were just like, I think this will do really well. I think
it did.
Yeah, it did. It did very great. And it's just like I trusted them because I know they're pros. They're good at what they do. So I was like, dude, whatever y'all think. And you know, thank God I trusted the process. And you know, look what came out of it. It looked pretty cool. So.
Can we talk about the first single though?
Yeah.
Tears in the River.
Yeah.
I mean, a huge hit out the gate, but also very, very emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand why it connected?
I mean, yes, I feel like I understand why it was relatable for some people because like, or for, I mean, a good amount of people because like it related to me. And I feel like I'm a pretty relatable guy. I'm just a normal kid. I was just a normal kid. So I wanted to write about things that a lot of kids would go through. And I feel like that's what I did with Tears in the River. And I feel like that kind of hit. That's why it was like, did pretty well is because it was just relatable. And I like writing relatable music because then it just goes out to more people. You know what I'm saying?
Do you still think you're a normal kid?
100%. I mean, when I'm not doing this, right? When I'm not, you know, talking to you or doing interviews or on a red carpet or performing in front of thousands of people, when I go home, I'm still normal. I'm going to play golf. I'm hanging out with my dad. I'm still playing music with my dad. I'm going to church. I'm doing all this kind of stuff that I still did before. I'm still going to play basketball with my friends. Like, I'm still I'm relatively normal. I haven't, like, I try to stay grounded as much as I can, especially when I'm back home with my family.
But by the way, like, if you don't stay grounded, then the art will suffer.
That's why I think Zach Bryan is so good at what he does is because he relates to the everyman. I talk about this a lot, but he's just like, I mean, every person ever can relate to Zach Bryan, what he's writing about, because he's just like, he relates to everybody. He's just awesome. He's the everyman. It's kind of like what Bruce Springsteen did also. I mean, it's just the everyman, you know?
Yeah, but you're only 15, so like, what's your biggest inspiration when it comes to writing lyrics?
What do you think? If you had your best guess, 15 years old.
Come on. You can listen to any of this man's boys' records.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Money. There you go. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm not playing.
No,
but
every song is about girls, right?
Yes, sir. A lot of the songs are about girls, and for good reason. You know, everyone loves a good love song. But I do like writing about personal experiences too, right? And like that kind of stuff and lifestyle songs. But I love writing about girls. You know, it's pretty cool.
Where does Tears in the River come from?
Tears in the River, I mean, it was one of my first ever studio sessions I ever had. It was in like October of like 2023. And it was when I first came to Nashville for the first couple of times. I grew up in Nashville, and then I moved to Birmingham, and then I just moved back to Nashville. So when I was in Birmingham still, I was just coming back to Nashville to go to the studio. And we were just talking about, they were asking me about if I had a girl situation and all this kind of stuff. And just, I mean, it was just, I don't remember the exact like, oh, we have to write about this moment, but I'm sure there was so much stuff that led up to it, and it just kind of like flowed, or someone just had the idea like previously and already had it and wanted to write about something like this. So yeah, Nick Bailey, he was like my first ever producer I ever worked with. He's pretty awesome. I love him.
He's my guy. Nick Bailey. I think he was in a band.
Yes. He was.
He's been on the show.
Yes, he was in a band. Dude, and he played Jimmy. He might have played Jimmy Fallon, I think. He was
in Runner or something. Or just find out the band.
Dude,
God, I've been doing this since the dawn of time,
dude,
bro.
no
I've
way.
been doing this longer than you've been alive.
You have. I believe you. Dude. Yeah, I'm only 15, man. You're old. You're an unk.
Yeah.
He's an unk.
What is that?
You don't know what an unk means?
No.
Bro, you haven't seen it on TikTok or anything?
Like uncle.
Like you're an unk. You're just, you're getting up there, man. I'm sorry.
I'll take it.
No, it's all good, bro. You have more life experience. I mean, unks are cool. Unk isn't a bad thing. Unk just means you have more XP. You know?
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Of
it
course.
Seems like a respectable thing to be called.
100%.
Do you know yet? He's in a band. I know the guy.
Bro, Runner sounds very familiar. I think he was in Runner.
Wait, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, how do you even get that session? Is it through your label?
Through my managers at the time. This was before I signed.
Understood.
So it was, well, they're still my managers. I don't know why at the time, but Nick Barr. A lot of NBs in my group.
You do?
Yeah, but Nick Barr is my manager, I guess you could say. Nick Barr and Eddie Franzoni. Those were the two guys that founded me, and they came out and watched one of my shows in Texas for like 8 people, and they're like, this kid's cool. So I mean, I've been working with them ever since, and those guys, they've got me. I mean, I'm so blessed to have them. They got me in like the coolest rooms ever. So yeah, they're pretty cool.
So how do you come prepared to enter into these rooms? And
I wasn't. I wasn't.
Are you ever prepared to go into the rooms?
Yes, sometimes. I mean, now I have more like under my belt, so I know what I'm like walking into. But at the time, never been into a studio session before, so I had no clue what was happening. So I'm walking in and no clue what to expect, if I should start writing or if I should just chill and let them write, or it was crazy. My first studio session was 2 people, him, Nick Bailey, and Braden Manley, I think. I don't know his name, but I don't know his exactly. I think that's his name, Braden or Braden.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Braden or Braden. Nice. Braden or Brandon is what I meant to say. I can't remember. But yeah, I walked in and we wrote a song called, it was something about Tennessee. That's all I remember. I can't remember, but it was like something about Tennessee. Never did anything with it, but I mean, I still remember it. I'll remember it till I'm gone. You know, it was the first song I ever wrote, so.
Really? First original ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've always wrote, right, but I've never really done anything with them. My dad's a writer. My dad wrote and did a few songs, like when he was like 20, 21 years old, 19, 20, 21. So, yeah, I kind of got that gene from him.
It's really special.
I feel like it benefits you a lot to have a close family unit and just having a good dad.
Dude, nobody's gonna protect you like them.
Exactly, and they won't shoot you straight. They won't. No one. Your parents, your family. They're the only people in the world who are never gonna like. They don't expect money from you. They don't expect like connections from you. They don't expect anything from you. They just expect, or they're just your family. They're your family. They're gonna love you no matter what.
Exactly.
If you have a good one, if you have a good family unit, then they're just gonna love you no matter what.
It is crazy to hear how much your voice is changing already from Tears in the River. How have you been dealing with that?
It's been a struggle, but it's also been it's a blessing in disguise, as you could I guess you could say. But it's been a struggle because like my voice changes quite literally every week, and then we're like, okay, we're at rehearsal for my tour, and like, all right, bro, we have to change the key to every song again. And I'm like, okay, of course, and it's so annoying. It's so because my voice will be here now, and then tomorrow it'll be down here, and you really don't know why. And it's so annoying, but it's cool. It's just something that has to happen. Puberty happens to everybody, so it's what it is. And I just unfortunately my dad has a really, really deep voice, so now I have to I deal with that. So yeah, it is what it is though.
But like I think that's also a part of the journey, and the people who've been riding with you from the very beginning. Yeah, dude, you hear it and you vibe with it, and it's the growth is a part of the story.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And are you like going to vocal lessons?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm with one of the best vocal coaches in the world. If not, her name's Mama Jan.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Well, you're gonna just drop that?
Yeah,
like there's Mama Jan.
There's Mama Jan, bro. Bieber, Usher, Drake, like the goats. Like Mama Jan's her. She's on my case. She, man, I work. I like she gets me right is all I'm gonna say. She's got me right. That's all I'm saying. She makes me work hard, but I'm glad. I gotta get prepared. I got a big old tour coming up. So,
but it is true. Like, dude, your voice is a muscle,
and it's the only one that can't be replaced. It can't like your vocal cords. You only got one. How
scary is that?
Isn't that crazy?
Can we talk about First Dance, which is your first CP?
Yes, sir.
It's on the way. Is it connected at all to the viral video that you posted a while back? You did like a get ready with me for a dance that you never went to?
Dude, the funniest thing about that is no, not at all. Really? But it's so funny how that really intertwined, because that's my most viral video ever. It got like across all platforms like close to 100 million views. So
bro, just on TikTok it was 34 million.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Like, I'm telling you, this is the universe. Like the universe has your back.
Isn't that weird how that works?
Yeah, but it's listening to you. Like think about it, from the Zach Bryan covers to this. Like there's many, many layers.
Exactly. Oh, so many layers, bro. But like I remember I was at a studio session, they called us and like, hey Maddox, I think we should
I got something that'll cheer you up, Jack. I go the other way. Try to settle when I'm sneaks. I let my knees go weak. What's happening to me?
There's DIY, and there's doing it yourself.
What?
It's named the EP First Dance, and I was like, never even crossed my mind that that was my video. But and isn't that funny how that works? It's so funny, so sick. But I'm super excited for it to come out. It's such a good body of music, and I'm really excited for my fans to get a hold of it. I think they'll like it. I'm very proud of it. So it comes out. What is today? Today's the 18th. 3 days, bro.
Mm-hmm.
3 whole days.
3 whole days.
If you want to stream any of Maddox music, it's waiting for you. It's on Amazon Music.
It's on
There's
Amazon
a link
Music
below.
right now. Go listen right now, or I'll come find you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, there's a lot of great records on here.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Girl in Green.
It's a banger, bro. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a true story. I'll get into that really fast. Girl in Green, that's a true story. I saw this girl. So I'm performing at a show. I can't remember. I think it was in Ohio, right? Lima, Ohio, something like that. I was opening up for Gabby Barrett, and
she's great.
Yeah, she's great. Oh my gosh, what a vocalist! But I'm opening up for her, right? And I have a lot of my fans up front. There's like a couple hundred fans of my fans. They all came to the front, and I saw her, and I was like, wow, she's very decent to look at, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And hopefully you're in the meet and greet line, you know? And then after the show, thank God she was. And usually I ask all my meet and greet people, I'm like, what's your name? Where are you from? That just went straight out of my mind the second I saw her. And I didn't ask her. And then we were on a mission for like 3 weeks trying to find this girl. And then her mom finally reached out. Never did anything with it, but...
her mom reached out?
Yeah, emailed. Yeah.
Wow.
Emailed my team. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
And you never...
Never did anything with it, no.
Why?
But I done wrote the song. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I should have, but maybe. Who knows? That's a, I don't know.
It exists better for the record, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Does she know that the song's about her?
Maybe. I'd hope so. If she doesn't, then she cannot take a hint to save her life. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but I hope she does, because I mean, she was great. Yeah, she was cool. But one of the main reasons I liked her, because she wasn't like afraid to talk to me. Like a lot of my fans, and trust me, I love all of my fans. Like I wouldn't be here talking to you if it wasn't for them, right? Like the goats. But they freeze. They all get all frozen up when they're coming to talk to me, and I love it. It's so cute. But like she actually talked to me, and I was like, huh. This is different, you know. She was just like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm great," you know. It was
froze.
I froze. You know, roles reversed.
Yeah.
It was crazy, but yeah, I wrote that song about her with Sam Normans. Sam, I think Norman, I can't remember. Bro, he wrote the song, you know, "Someone You Loved" by Louis Capaldi.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, like the 3 billion stream song. Yeah, it's a pretty big song. He wrote that song. So, yeah, I was in good company.
You just go into him and you go, I met this girl in green?
Yeah, and then it's just like, dude, let's write a song about it. And, dude, funniest thing about it, this is not the funniest thing about it, it's just something that happened while I was in that studio session. He had a guitar, and I picked it up off the wall, and I was playing it, and I was like, dude, where'd you get this guitar? It's really awesome. He's like, oh, it's the Eagles guitar. And I'm like, he's British for anyone. It's the Eagles guitar. And I was like, all right, cool, sick, okay. And I'm playing it, you know. I was scared to play it, so I sat down on a very stable chair so I didn't drop it. But, man, that was really cool guitar to play. It was pretty sick.
Can you tell me the story behind Tough? Because,
Tough? Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I've listened to the song maybe 1,000 times.
It's a banger.
It's actually incredible.
It's awesome. Yeah.
The origin story,
Yeah.
Does it start with something you wrote and then it makes its way to Jack and Lana and that whole team?
Yeah. It started with, it's wrote about my dad. Or it's wrote about my dad's dad. It's wrote about, like, essentially just my whole family unit, like, back in the day. We're all farmers. I grew up on, I'm a farmer. Like, crops, like dark fire tobacco, right, is what we farm.
Interesting.
Yep, that's like our main crop. And I was just like, I want to write a song about my dad and my whole family. So we did that, and we just called it Tough. I got a tough family. I'm tough. You know, everybody's tough. But, you know, we wrote a song about it. And, man, it was a really cool writing experience, really fast. It was a really, really quick writing experience, but it was really cool. And I'm glad I got it. And one of the writers I was with knew Lana and just got it passed down to her. And it's just the craziest thing, but got passed down to her. She loved the song. And I remember I was in my garage, and she was like, yeah, Lana Del Rey might want to cut your song. And I ran around my house a few times. You know, I was ecstatic. I didn't know what to think. Lana Del Rey, and then he said Quavo, and I was like, whoa! And like that made me like I was going crazy, bro. Like you don't understand. I was doing cartwheels, and I can't cartwheel, so it was nuts. But yeah, I mean that whole experience was just like the coolest thing ever, and I'm so blessed because like it was that being my like first writer's cut is like, come on, bro. That is like has 250 million streams on Spotify. Like, come on, bro. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's the coolest thing ever, and I'm so blessed. And it's like, I'm gonna flex that for the rest of my life. It's the coolest.
Yeah, it is. It is incredible. But in that moment, do you think that song is meant for you, or
yeah, 100%? I mean, that's. But I mean, I respect Lana so much, and like, there was not a second thought in my mind was like, hey, I don't want you to cut this song, you know? Like, no, are you kidding me? Absolutely not. You take it, you know? Because like, I don't know if I ever would have done anything with it, you know? And I'd rather just get out there for anyone to hear than to just sit in the vault for the rest of my life.
That, and by the way, there's a lot of artists though that would say no, like this is my record.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, dude. How do you turn that down? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. But no, 100%, not a second thought.
In that moment, like your family's story gets to touch more ears than. The truth is, you could be the biggest pop star tomorrow, and that song would still not have 250 million streams in this short period of time. I mean,
exactly.
It is like, it's an incredible record.
Thank you so much.
And Lana Del Rey and Quavo could only do something that those two can do to it.
Exactly. They did it so much better than I could have ever done it. So, I mean, dude, you know, I'll give whatever you want, bro.
But like it's doing your art justice.
Exactly.
And it is very selfless.
Yes, sir. 100%. I mean, I can't be, I don't think I'm in the position to even act like, oh, I want this song, you know? Like, they're both of those guys are absolute legends. So I was just like, dude, please. I would 10 times out of 10, 7 days a week, anytime they ask, like, yes, take this song, 100%.
Will you perform it on tour, though?
Oh, yes.
You
It's
do?
one of my favorite performances, too, because we do, like, a little solo towards the end.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, and I always talk about the Lana cut, and it's really cool. It's really awesome. I love performing it.
Have you met them yet?
Neither of them. Hopefully soon.
Stagecoach, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Come on.
I really hope so. I really hope to meet Lana or Quavo soon because that'd be really awesome. And I'd really just like to tell them thank you for
Changing your life.
Yeah, changing my life essentially. Yeah, exactly. Just thanks.
It's crazy. Like I am getting emotional because in that moment, like you have a whole new career that's outside of you just being an artist. Like,
Yeah.
You're now respected as a songwriter at the age of 15.
Yeah, it's
Like, what?
yeah, it's pretty cool, and I just count my blessings every time. Like I think about it. I think about it quite often. So it's just it's pretty cool. I mean, there's not much I can say about it. I'm trying to find the right words, but I'm 15. I'm expected to not find the right words. But
how do you find the right words in the room?
Like writing the song?
Yes.
Well,
'Cause
luckily I was
conversation-
surrounded with great company. Jackson Free, Elise Yulo, Josh Dorr, like some other goats. I mean, I was in great company writing that song. So when they would say something, that would open something in my brain, and they would just ask me like my personal experience.
Yeah.
My personal experiences, like with my family, and they would bring my dad in and ask him personal experiences about the kind of stuff that we could write about. So, I mean, it was an easy writing experience because it was true. You didn't have to make anything up.
How do you approach a session now?
My mindset hasn't really changed a whole lot. It's definitely changed since like the first one because like I didn't know what to do. But now, I mean, I feel like I've gotten enough under my belt where I can walk in with confidence. And originally I was a little bit scared to speak what I thought was good for the song or do that kind of stuff. But now I can walk in with enough confidence to put my 2 cents in. So I feel like that's really the only thing that's changed is because I respect myself enough to do that kind of stuff and put my thoughts out there because I mean. I've made some, with other people, but I've been a part of some great music. So I think, 100%. I definitely deserve to speak my 2 cents, I guess you could say.
Is that where the confidence comes from?
Yeah, confidence. Well, I mean, the confidence, man. I'm no shortage. Confidence from my pops. Yeah, just the Batson side of my family. Get it from there. No shortage of confidence here, boy.
Yeah, you don't seem like someone who gets nervous for much.
No, I'm not very bashful, man. I mean, no, sir, not my vibe.
But like where? Like, I mean, yeah, genetics?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, my dad's the most confident dude you've ever met, bro. My cousin Alex, who's out here, bro. Oh my gosh, he's almost too confident sometimes. You're like, bro, chillax. But, you know, he thinks he can do everything. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, just confidence is definitely a genetic thing. And you just build confidence over time just from being, you know, learning stuff and all that kind of stuff.
Totally.
And finding out that you're decent at something, you gain confidence. So.
100%.
But not cocky. I'm not cocky in any way. I try to stay as humble as I can while also being confident. There's a very distinct line between confident and cocky, 100%. And I try to steer clear from the cockiness a lot. Like no, not at all. I try to stay humble as best as I can. Yes, sir.
Healthy.
Yes, sir.
Healthy. Is it hard to concentrate when you have a bunch of screaming girls in front of you? While you're trying to perform?
Sometimes, but like it's a good type of not concentrating. Like I'm never gonna be like, "Hey guys, shut up," so I can perform. That's never is. Like,
do you zone out or
no, man? I'm always there, like always, and it's just like every time I walk out on stage and I see thousands of screaming girls. Happy they're just seeing me. It just I don't know what to do. It's like the coolest thing ever that I get to go out on stage and see that. And I'm never, ever mad at it or at all. I want them to scream. You know, I take my in-ears out so I can hear it. You know, I like the crowd mics. It's just, it means the world to me that they would think that, like, highly of me, that they would just, like, scream when I walk out on stage. It's so cool. It's awesome.
You're worth them losing their voiceover.
Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Like, me, 15-year-old Maddox Batson is worth, like, them just, like, crying. And I'm like, what?
But also, like, imagine that in country music these days. Mm-hmm. Like, when has there been that sort of reaction?
Dude, well, I can't say that there. I mean, there has been 100% has been. Like, there's so many greats in country music.
Oh,
I feel
totally.
Like,
but
yeah,
of the
of the young.
Recently,
I mean,
can't think of anything.
I can't think of that many, but there definitely has been. I know. I'd have to think on it, but I know there has been, you know, because I'm definitely not the first. I'm an innovator.
Of course you're not the
I'm an innovator.
First. You are.
I'm not the first. 100%. I know there's been some young goats for
Dude,
sure.
even Shakespeare was plagiarized. That's what they say.
Exactly. I
so,
like that.
like,
Nice.
you know, nobody is a total original,
Exactly.
right? But it's about like how you mix your inspirations and make it apply to you and tap that in with your life experiences and who you are as an individual and where you come from and all these things.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how do you feel about like the young Justin Bieber comparisons? Because he obviously went through it.
Yeah, 100%. I just tried to. I love it. It's like the fact that I would even come in the same conversation as him means the world to me because I grew up listening to him. I know how great he is. Like, dude, I went through a period. I think I watched his documentary at least once a day for like a long time. I was obsessed with Justin Bieber.
Good documentary.
Yeah, it's a great documentary and it's awesome. But I mean, I was obsessed with Justin Bieber. Like, he's like one of my biggest influences ever. I mean, he's a goat. But I just try to take all the good out of it, and it's just like like every time someone tells me, "Man, you're like a country Justin Bieber," I'm like, "Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That means a lot." I'm in good company. You know, the fact that I would be even like in that conversation is just like, wow. Yeah, it's really cool.
Also never heard that comparison. I've never heard in all the 18 years I've been doing this is like the country version of Justin Bieber. I've also never seen a country artist dance. And I say that with the most respect.
No,
like,
100%. 100%. Yeah. I mean, there's line dancing.
Oh, yes, but I've never it's never been like the guy who's up there who also is like like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
line
I mean,
dancing's the exception.
100%. Yeah, 100. Line dancing is I don't dance on stage or anything. I don't have any choreo on stage. It's just like the music video because like I like to. I feel like I'm a good mix. Like I take bits and pieces from like everybody. I'm
totally.
you know. So
that's
I like
a part of the genius.
You can like say country is 2 and pop like the epitome of country like just like George Strait is 2 and then Justin Bieber's -2.
Got it.
Middle.
You're in the middle. Yes.
I'm 0 or -0.5 or +0.5 +1 maybe, you know, like that type of thing. I just want to make relatable music for everyone, so I try to take like stuff from pop side, use it, take stuff from the country side, use it, while also leaning country. I love country music, and that's the lane I want to stay in for right now. But I mean, I want to reach out to the country fans while also not isolating I mean, the pop fans, while also not isolating my country fans.
This is good for country music.
Exactly. It's
This
great
is
for country
good-
music.
Yes, extraordinary.
Exactly.
This is bringing a new wave, a new interest into the genre.
Yes, sir.
This is going to light a fire under all the artists. Like
Yes,
a
sir.
rising tide floats all boats in these
Yeah,
instances.
yeah.
So this is, it's very, very cool.
Thank you.
It's very, very cool.
So you're not going to do the I don't like you anymore dance on stage?
No, I mean,
from the music
dude,
video?
should I? Are y'all telling me to? No. Okay, I was gonna say, man, that's crazy. Dude, I may break it out a little bit. You
Yeah,
know,
but
It's
you
like,
gotta
I
break
feel like
out
I'm
a couple of
restricting
these.
myself. A couple of these, you know,
I'll be right
you know,
back,
a little
guys.
chicken wing action, but you know, I'm just kidding. But maybe just a little bit. The fans will do it 100%, dude. I can see it right now. It's gonna be so funny. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
A
I'll be
full
right
sold
back,
out tour,
guys.
bro, across America.
That's so
it's gonna be so
amazing.
awesome.
And you're about to play the Grand Ole Opry.
That means everything to me. That's all. I mean, growing up in a country household and all that kind of
That's
stuff. It's it. That's it. I called my nana and she was sobbing. Like seriously, like she
It's
was
the
like
church, dude. It's the temple.
Exactly.
It's it.
It's like standing in that circle and like just being like just thinking about all the other legends that have played in that same circle. It's just gonna be like I mean, I don't know.
Bro,
It's gonna be awesome.
could you explain why it's a big deal? Like to people who don't know?
Yeah, so for the people who do not know, the Grand Ole Opry is essentially like any country music star you can think of at all has played there. And it's just like it's like almost like a start thing, but there's members of the Grand Ole Opry. But what I'm doing is called your Opry debut. So
Huge.
It's huge. It's like you're starting. It's the start of your rise, right?
Like you don't become a country artist.
I'm
You're a
not-
country artist, yes, because
Yes.
that's what you do. But you become a part of the genre. In
You
a
become a
different
part of
way.
the ecosystem.
Exactly.
You become a part of the community after you've played the Opry. It's just like it's just a staple. You have to play the Opry. I mean, you have to. And I'm just the fact that I get to it means the world to me. It's super awesome. At 15 years old,
Yeah, it's like you have to be one of the youngest people to ever hit that stage.
probably.
Can
Yeah.
you Google that?
I don't know. Maybe I am.
I mean, dude,
Especially as like the actual artist, not like a band member, because I think there's been some young people up there, which is awesome, which is super cool. I'm so glad that we're getting the respect we deserve.
But I do got to say, you did hit on something like once you enter into like an ecosystem and a community, and like there is no equivalent of the Grand Ole Opry like for pop music or for any other genre.
Not really.
There's also no camaraderie that exists in other genres.
Yeah.
Like the camaraderie that exists in country music.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you really think, there's not really anything for pop that's like that
Yes.
level. But like, dude, I can talk about it for hours, bro.
Dude, I'm
It
sure-
means the most to me.
I'm sure some of your country heroes have reached out to you.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Rascal Flatts commented on my video the other day, which is really cool.
Come
Who
on.
I know, right? Bailey Zimmerman, I'm really close with. He's like my
He's
best
great.
buddy. He's super awesome, man. He is off his rocker. He's off the chain, but
He's
he's
been
cool.
on our show, right?
He's
Bailey
the coolest,
Zimmerman.
man.
No,
Only
he
Bailey has.
hasn't.
Warren Zeiders has.
Warren Zeiders. But
Ziders is awesome,
Yeah.
dude. He's on my label. He's with Warner with me. He's awesome. I love Warren. He's so cool. His voice is just powerful, man.
He's another athlete that got injured and then got into music.
Really?
Yeah, he was a lacrosse player and then got an injury. So
Lax guy.
yeah,
That's sick.
He's a lax bro.
Ah, dang.
Yeah,
That's why he has the flow going.
yeah, that's why the hair. That's where the
You
hair
know,
comes from.
I strive to have flow like bro. That's a bar. I strive to have flow like bro. Money. Write it down.
Okay, can you explain something to me? There's a lot that goes on online,
Yeah.
and there's like you allow your relationship sometimes to play out in your music videos, which I find rather interesting. Who comes to you and goes, "I want to," like, do you go, "Hey, girl, I happen to be dating at this very second. Do you want to be in my music video?"
Yeah.
Or do they ask to be in your music video?
It's a good mix between like my label. My label reaches out to the people or to the girls that are gonna be like the main girl.
Yeah, but
in
we
my
got
music.
Harper. Harper's in X's.
Yeah.
But then there was Gigi.
Yeah.
She was in another music video. with
Gigi's
you.
cool.
Gigi's cool. Okay.
You keep hashtagging. Oh, I saw that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
That camera's
Hey,
on.
watch yourself, Dan. Watch yourself, Dan. You think you got my dad's name? You can just say whatever you want. Watch yourself. No, I'm
So
just kidding.
Gigi was in the "I Don't Like You Anymore" music
Yeah,
video,
yeah.
which is actually a love song.
Yeah, it is. I know a lot of people don't think so. A lot of people are like, Maddox, I don't get this song. Listen to it.
You gotta- yeah, you gotta listen to the
bro.
record.
Just listen to it with your thinking cap on, you know. Then you're like, oh, now I get it. Because it's like, I know it's a little bit like a little bit of a thinker, but it's just like, I don't like it anymore. I love you. There you go. That's the best way I can put it. I know it's like it's a little bit of like a like when you're listening to it, like I thought this was supposed to be like a bad like breakup song, but no, it's actually a love song.
How'd you know it was time to drop out of school? Well, not drop out, but start to do homeschooling.
It was just I was very busy all the time. I was going to Nashville like every weekend. I was missing Thursdays. I was missing Fridays. I was missing Mondays, and it was just like
So you were just
I was missing the week. You know, I was just missing everything. No, but no, I was just missing those type of days, and I was like, dang, bro, this is rough. And then some people started coming out of the woodwork a little bit, you know, just like, hey, Maddox, you make money? And I was like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. No, you know, like, Maddox, pass me a 20. I'm like, no, I will not pass you a 20. No, I don't have any 20s to hand to you, you know? But, yeah, there's this, like, a good mix of just being super, super busy, just getting out of hand a little bit. And I just, you know, I didn't really see a whole reason because, like, I could just do so much more when I'm homeschooled. I love homeschool. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's
I
different.
can wake up, I can do my schoolwork essentially whenever I want, and it's just so nice, you know, because you can get it done. Don't get me wrong, I work, like it still takes a lot of work, but it's significant. You realize there is a lot of time that's almost wasted in public school and all that kind of stuff.
Bro, yeah.
Yes, because like this adds up. Lunch, passing periods, like your free period.
Yeah.
Like all that adds
Getting there.
up. That's it's just a random just waste.
Dude, most of school is like a social daycare.
Yeah, exactly.
you go to
don't go
learn-
to school to learn. You go to school to say hi to your friends and see your crush. That's about it.
Yeah.
You don't
and-
miss that part of it, though.
I do, 100%. There's definitely aspects of school that I miss. You know, seeing my buddies and that kind of stuff because I moved away. So I don't really talk to them a whole bunch, you know, which kind of stings at times. But you know, there's pros and cons to everything. There's trade-offs to what I'm doing. So, but I get to, you know, I get to travel the world, and I get to meet some of my like idols and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, there's definitely trade-offs, but there's definitely times where I'm like, dang, I kind of miss my boys. But it is what it is.
Is that one of the hardest parts about this whole journey?
Yeah, 100%. Just, you know, there's like a little like, I mean, I'm still a kid, so you need like that social aspect. But that is the hardest part, just not seeing people and being kind of like almost lonely at times because there's not many people that are in the same shoes that I'm in. And when I do actually find friends, it's hard to decipher between are you with me for the right reasons or the wrong reasons.
Bro, it's so hard.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like you can't hold yourself back from living.
Exactly.
And you just need to give grace and acceptance to trial and error.
Exactly.
And you're going to let in terrible people from time to time.
Yeah.
It's going to happen once or twice.
Yeah.
But you got to learn from that.
Exactly.
And you got to like be aware to it and pick
Yeah.
it up the first second like hints start dropping.
Exactly. 100%. I mean, that's I mean, you're exactly right. Yeah.
So excited to watch your eyes.
Yes, sir.
Please keep coming back on our show.
Of course, bro. I'd love to. This was awesome. Had a great time.
We're always here.
Yes, sir.
Before you go, I just want to know, how do you define success today? Like, what does it really mean to you?
How would I define a success is making relatable music that my fans enjoy and just having a good core fan base and longevity is my definition of success. That's like my biggest goal. It's just some of my biggest like guys I look up to in that type of standpoint is like the Jonas Brothers,
Yes.
George Strait. Like those type of like just absolute legend, Dolly Parton, like those type of things. They've been legends for 50 or George Strait and Dolly Parton 40 years, 30, 50 years. The Jonas Brothers not as long, but I can see
Still-
they're gonna be goats for a long time.
Are they
Those
going
guys
on
are
like
awesome.
20 years or something?
Yeah, the Jonas Brothers are. I mean, they're dialed. So yeah, just longevity. I'd rather be a chill dude, not as famous, be insanely successful in my successful in my field and make good money, and you know, for my grandparents, my grandkids don't got to worry about anything. Then be famous and not be that successful. I don't know how to put it in those type of
No,
terms.
I understand. You're
You know
doing
what
a craft, man. You're working on
Exactly.
something that gets better over time. It's not
Exactly.
fleeting. It's not a fad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
You
your
don't
goal
want to be
is,
a fad.
bro. The goal is timeless. Like the common thread between those three
The
artists.
goal is timeless.
Yeah.
I like that.
But
I like that a lot.
The
Yeah.
common thread between the three artists you just named, they all have timeless records that will stand the test of time and live on far beyond any of us.
Exactly.
So
You are so wise and mature for being so young.
Thank you so
It's
much.
really cool to see.
Yeah. I give that all to my dad. Very psychological dude, and you know, he talks to me. I get a lot of lectures, so you pick up things. Yeah.
your parents have done a fantastic
Thank
job.
you so much.
You are quite talented.
Thank you.
Quite a gift.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for your time and energy
Of course.
today.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Brother, Literally anytime.
I do have to say the song "It Was You" is fantastic.
Thank you so
That's
much.
my favorite song.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I played it back like 5 times in a row today.
Dude, it's a banger.
It's really, really,
It Was
really
You
good.
is your favorite?
It Was You is really, really, really
Yep,
good.
dude. Right now, when it's so easy to just hit the nail on the head, bro. Just like do what they want, and it was just like "It Was You" was the first thing that came to my head.
It's a great record. I thought
Easy
X's
ride.
was really creative. I never thought of a record like that.
I know,
about,
it's
young kids with the X's on
I
their
walked into a
hand.
concert, they put an X on my hand, and I had leftover residue of the next day in the studio, and they
So
were just like,
good.
"What's this?" And I was like, "X," and he was like,
That's it.
"There it is." And I was
So
like,
real.
dude. Let's perfect. Let's go.
Just keep living your truth and everything
do.
will fall into place.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, Maddox, Batson, everybody. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
Okay, well, that's that. Well, that's the end of that. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Well, this podcast reaction. I will see you all there, guys. Bye, guys.